Alrighty. I got my Instagram stream going there. Welcome into week 7 of the Weekly Kickoff. Holy cow. Week 7 already.
I'm seeing double. Hold on.
Yeah, something's going wrong there. I'm seeing two of the same. Well, one's got a nice looking hoodie on, though. I like that. Repping it. Then we got another black shirt. I like it. All right. So we're split 2 and 2 tonight. Just how we planned it, fellas.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys got my texts earlier. That's really nice.
We're essentially a Miller Lite commercial tonight because we got Corey, Kyle, and twins.
Yeah, the twins.
We made it.
I like it.
50% chance Corey's got the same shirt as y'all underneath that hoodie. Okay.
You've got 100% chance correction.
Nailed it.
Let's just see. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Very
I got a hat in the car. I'll be back.
I'm double layered branded here. I like it. All right.
Holy FFCK, Corey.
Yep. So, guys, already to week 7. Holy crap. That's crazy. We wait just so long for fantasy football season to come around, and it's already week 7. Our seasons are already ruined because our teams suck ass. So we're already over it and ready for next year. But this is what we do to ourselves every year, and somehow we love it and keep coming back for more. By the way, we're joined by Josh and Zach tonight. You can see their little what just happened?
Damn twin moments, I swear. You
couldn't have played it better, Josh. We practiced it all week. It's fine.
God, you are seeing double, man. It's funny because he warned us about maybe, my audio might lag. He didn't tell us his brain might lag too. So
it happens. It's fine.
There is that. So Zach, I want to start off really quick by asking you. I see that Saints sign behind you. What did you think about Spencer Rattler this week?
No, I think it was really intriguing. Like the box score might not necessarily say like he blew the socks off of people, but like he was really efficient. He didn't seem like he was forcing things more than you would expect from a rookie quarterback in his first NFL action. But I mean, he was scrambling, he was throwing it downfield. You could tell he had been running practice squad a lot with Bub Means because they connected a bunch of times, and then now he's like a top waiver wire addition. But no, I think it was exciting. I think it's what we expected without a bunch of turnovers, which is nice, which is really nice.
Yeah, I agree. What a nice surprise. Me and Kyle we're OU fans, Boomer Sooner, and so had our taste of Spencer Rattler in college. Wasn't super impressed.
Yeah,
but also I don't think he was getting coached up very well. But
no, I think going to South Carolina was the best thing he ever did.
I think so.
Some adversity, I think, helped. You go from he was on the quarterback, the QB1 show, and he was an absolute jerk.
Yeah, he got a little humbled. He ate a little humble pie.
He went to Oklahoma as a bunch of quarterbacks do, and it didn't work out. And hopefully the adversity helped him grow. We're going to get a couple of weeks of Rattler. Carr's out a couple of weeks, so we'll find out. But the upside is, as we talked about on Tyler's show, is look, he's a 5th-round pick. There's nothing invested.
I think what plays into his advantage is his confidence, right? If there's anything Spencer Rattler doesn't lack, it's confidence. That guy believes in himself like no one else does. His mama doesn't believe in him the same way he does. So he believes in himself a lot, and he stepped out there and, I mean, from the get-go just started slinging. And it was like, who is this guy? So he was playing better than he did when he was in Oklahoma. That's for dang sure.
No question.
Yeah. So, Josh, your team, any thoughts there? Or should we just move on?
No, I mean, obviously I've got tons and tons of thoughts. First one, staying on the positive side. Man, I mean, we lost the game, but our defense was all over them. It was nuts.
This is Giants, by the way, guys. We're talking about the Giants. Just throwing that out there for our viewers.
He doesn't have any of the cool Giants stuff behind him. It's fine.
I wouldn't either if I were him. Do they even sell cool Giants stuff? I don't even think they do.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of it. I just don't want to look at it most of the time. No, they did great. Defensively, they're good. I think that everyone at this point understands that if we had a different quarterback, we're an actual contender in any division in the NFL, let alone this one. it's just sad that's where we're stuck. They've got faith in their player, but it's starting to be like faith in Dak. You know?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say I know a little bit about how you feel, and
Yep.
we just gave our shitty quarterback the highest quarterback contract in history. So
if only,
that's lovely.
if only the money equated to like great play, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Well, you know,
I
we
was-
can all screw up and sign Deshaun Watson for $240 million guaranteed.
You know, we could have all done worse. So we
Right.
could be Browns fans. So
You know, so I tell myself that it could have been worse. We could have not sacked Joe Burrow 3 or 4 times. We could have not forced a fumble for recovery and then forced another one we didn't. You know, at least
Yeah.
defensively, we looked really great, and without Kayvon Thibodeau.
yeah,
Offensive,
crazy.
Tyron Tracy looked great.
Yep.
He
Awesome.
looked really good.
Yeah.
Scored his first career touchdown in the NFL. They used and abused him for rushing and passing. He was consistent. Him and Darius Slayton, who people still don't like. I don't get it. Darius Slayton is very consistent for the Giants. But until we get another quarterback, I think we're going to be stuck where we are probably.
Yep. Agree. Okay, so before we move off of that and into some questions here, you mentioned Tracy. How are we feeling about him moving forward? Once Singletary's kind of back and everything, do we think Tracy's kind of moving into the guy there to have in New York?
You know, I think he can be. I worry a little bit about how much they used him, but to be honest, he kind of filled a Tony Pollard role a little bit in being available on passes and still successfully rushing. But, you know, Devin Singletary's fine. For what we paid for him and saved on Saquon, which, don't get me wrong, Saquon's amazing. But, you know, he put up like 4 fantasy points this week. So you see a week like that and go, well, you know, it didn't cost us a ton of money to sign Devin Singletary and Tyron Tracy as a rookie. So, you know, why spend all that money right now? We can put the team in rebuild and save up for a quarterback.
Yeah, I think it's just another example of running back has just kind of become the next man up sort of position right now. You can kind of plug anybody in there and it's good enough, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, look,
Sean Tucker was RB1 for the week, so yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know, I
he got
was
most of
happy
his
with
stuff
him.
in garbage time.
Dable just said screw it and was like, we're going to go on 4th 4 times and convert 3 of them. And and you know, I'm pretty sure Tracy did 2 or 3 of the conversions. They just said punch over the line, and that guy did it. So yeah, I'm more than happy with him. Between him and the offense, or him and the defense, it was a good game to watch.
Yeah, I mean the Giants really have nothing to lose at this point. So, all right,
It's a race between them and the Cowboys for last place in that division.
It really is. I'll tell you this though: the Giants have been so consistently since they're not winning Super Bowls. The Giants fans are still so positive about it. At least, you know, right now the Cowboys fans are like deciding whether or not to burn their stuff in the front yard for real. Even Jerry Jones finally was like, "Man, that was tough."
Yeah, Jerry Jones is just showing exactly why he's not good for that position, getting so defensive about being questioned about stuff. Instead of answering the tough questions, he would rather get defensive. It's when you're getting angry and threatening your radio guy's job for questioning your moves, I think you know you're sucking, you know? So
yeah.
He's a cranky old man that's doing a terrible job.
Defensively answering any questions is you going like, yeah, I know we suck. You're just not saying it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go over here to some questions to some people in the chat. We got the first one in here that was in here before we even started streaming. Much appreciated. Let's see. I have the first waiver priority. Should I burn it on Vidal or Warren? I'm weak at that position.
I'm going Vidal on this one. I know Warren's coming back, but Najee just has best game. I mean, like Najee he had some angry runs. I mean, he looked, almost unstoppable. And look, Kyle was there. I was pretty critical of Najee last week. Not as bad as George Pickens, but very critical of the Steelers in general. Najee was great. So Warren's going to come back. It muddies the water some, but I think they probably run with Najee. However, Cavani Vidal was great in his relief action. Gus Edwards is not going to be playing, and then J.K. Dobbins has been trending down every week since his couple of good weeks. So, for me, I'm going to go with the guy that has, no injury history, and then he had 13 points on 24% snaps. So he basically wasn't on the field and still ended up with 13 points. I like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he got that
exactly.
one touchdown.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
I'm inclined to agree. It's pretty impressive to show up and not have crazy high snap percentages and still put those points on the board. I think for a waiver ad that you're not going to keep the rest of the season, you definitely don't have anything to lose in Vidal.
Cool. Kyle, as a Najee hater, what are you thinking here?
I would rather have Warren. Because, I get it with Vidal, but, it's still J.K. Dobbins' backfield. To me, Najee, it took a game against the Raiders to finally have a good game. He couldn't do anything against even the Cowboys. Okay, so he finally had his one good game a season. That's going to get him a quarter of probably his total yards for the year. But, I'm not banking on that against better defenses. The Raiders are horrible. Warren, as he gets healthier and healthier, is going to get a bigger and bigger chunk of that backfield. I'd much rather have Warren.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kyle on this too. So it's brothers against brothers here. Oh my gosh. I'm going Warren for the long term here. I think Vidal, how do you say his name?
Kamani Vidal.
Vidal. Oh, I was wrong on both of my guesses. Vidal. We've seen one game out of him. If he doesn't score that touchdown, it's just a okay day, Najee isn't that impressive. He had also one good game, right? So I agree with Kyle. I think that's J.K. Dobbins' backfield. The good thing is they're both on rushing offenses, right? And so they're both in the same position there. But I think Warren in the long term has more value and will produce more in that offense, just because that offense as a whole will be better. Now, do we think Warren gets a little bit more value, or those running backs in general get more value if Russell Wilson takes over instead of Justin Fields?
Yes.
Yeah, look, he doesn't run like Fields does, but I'll say this, if I was Fields, I'd be a little disappointed. 10 touchdowns and 1 interception and you're getting benched.
Yep.
There are a lot of worse quarterbacks for teams on this that we all like than Justin Fields.
I'll trade Dak for Justin Fields right now.
In a second.
It's unfair. You're sitting there, you're winning, you're doing good. Granted, it doesn't really matter what in fantasy he's doing, but he is number 6 fantasy quarterback right now or something. He's performing decent and consistently. So
they've been winning games.
Honestly,
they barely lost to Dallas. They're playing really, really well.
He's got to be the only number 10 overall player, number 6 quarterback to get benched. It's got to be the first time it's ever happened.
But he's not getting benched, right? Russell Wilson is getting first team reps. That doesn't mean that Fields is getting benched. I think they're just preparing to bench him. And almost like they're looking for an excuse, right? And that's a sucky place to be in for Justin.
Yeah.
But
first time he throws 2 interceptions in a game, he's probably going to get benched or something. But
yeah.
Corey,
right, his leash is super, super thin because Russ is just hanging out there,
Yeah, totally. But I do think that Najee and Warren's value goes up because Russell Wilson would be more apt to check it down rather than just tuck and run like Fields.
Yep. So, yeah, I think Warren has more long-term value here. So that's just what I'm thinking there. But and it's Arthur Smith. He can make 2 running backs, 2 good running backs, can make them both very successful. So
my biggest worry in my evaluation, fellas, is the Dobbins injury history. Dude had 25 carries this past week. That stresses me out,
Yeah.
It stresses me out wondering how many scoring opportunities the Chargers are going to have week in and week out. I just feel like that offense isn't as efficient. Somehow the Steelers' offense is moving the ball, right? So they're in scoring position.
Because of Justin Fields.
Granted, they stall out, and Boswell has become a fantasy asset, so they can't finish it in the red zone. But they're in those scoring opportunities quite a bit, and so Justin Fields is playing well and making things happen, and so that makes me like Warren more. So, anyways, sorry, spent a lot of time on that one. I'm gonna jump over here to Jay Gore, who sucks. You suck, Jay Gore.
We barely see him anymore, and when he pops in, he says something just silly.
He knows how to get attention. I should have made him super chat that to get it on screen. He didn't deserve that attention, Jay Gore. We got Amber in the house. What up, Amber Alert? Guys.
Yo.
Oh, Kyle, did you have something to say?
No, I was just saying what's up.
Oh,
To Amber.
guys, just FYI, Amber is sitting at number 11 overall in the Scott Fish Bowl right now. She's cheating.
How?
She's cheating.
Yeah, no, he was about to say.
She's cheating. There's no other way.
She totally cheated.
Just so we're clear, that has nothing to do with you being a woman, Amber. That is, you're just cheating. You know what I mean? Like that's we've all met you. You seem like someone who cheats at fantasy football.
Oh, absolutely.
Meanwhile, I'm not cheating, and I'm at number 3,470.
But that's still like 500 from the bottom, which means there's like 500 people not even setting their lineups at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Which is sad. It's not. I mean, it is easy, but it's not easy to get in Scott Fishbowl and to join it and then not play is.
That's just my guess. That's just my guess. There's no other way people are scoring less points than Kyle at this point. Like Kyle is playing so horribly. That's my only guess of how someone could be doing worse than Kyle.
I didn't draft right, and then I've just had the worst luck in matchups, honestly. So yeah, the fact that people are scoring less than me is a friggin' miracle.
Well, I am setting at second in my league right now, and I've had the second most points scored against me. So my team is doing pretty good. I've lost a couple weeks that had Mark Andrews done anything, I would have won, but I lost a couple matchups by like 5 or less points. I lost one matchup last week. I lost a matchup by 0.3 points, so that sucked.
Ouch.
But it is what it is.
I think what's really affecting me is the league median. I've had a few weeks where I've won, but not over the the league median, and it counts in that loss column. You're like, that's brutal. It happened this week. It was like, that's really bittersweet. I'm like, I won and lost.
You don't deserve it then. If you're just playing a horrible opponent, your team sucks, and you're just playing a horrible opponent, you don't deserve that.
Yeah,
point.
Just so we're clear, you and I we have the same record, so but act like you're better than me. All right.
Yeah, my points are way better. That's what I'm going off of there. That's hilarious. Yeah, our records are the same. I started off so strong.
He could not disagree with you more on the league median, okay?
I think the league median thing is silly, but that's just me.
Hey, you got to differentiate people somehow, some way. So it does make sense, and it's Scott Fishbowl, so it's going to be wild and crazy.
Yeah.
But wild and crazy guys. All right. All right, let's see. Brian, let's see. Hey, guys, how are you? Need a little help? They offer me CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper for Debo and Tyreek Hill.
No!
What?
Give me Lamb and Cooper.
I want Lamb and Cooper.
And Cooper all day. So this question, was that like posted tonight or was that posted before?
I think you were reading it in reverse. Like I think he's getting Lamb and Cooper.
CeeDee and Amari Cooper.
I'm against the Debo and Tyreek. Dude, they've lost. Yeah. Look. You keep CeeDee and Amari Cooper at all costs.
Now he's going to
Or
get them.
you get them.
What he's going to do is absolutely bend someone over in a trade, Zach. Because
okay,
you're right. I don't think anyone in their right mind would not take CeeDee Lamb and the new Bills Amari Cooper.
Yeah, dude,
for
that's
Debo and a Tyreek Hill without a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
He's fixing a used car salesman. This guy.
Do we clap for him?
yeah, good job, Brian. You're getting a great trade.
I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy.
In
Your
fact,
team
hey,
is
could you
so
figure out
good.
how many leagues that guy plays in? I'd like to join one.
Yeah, I would like to get in that league
He's
for
playing
sure.
with toddlers.
No, this is clearly like a guy. These guys have played together for a long time.
This is
and one of these
collusion.
guys wins, and one of these guys doesn't win. You know.
Well, you say the collusion. You look at the names alone. You don't dig too far in statistics, and you go
agree.
like maybe like there's a fanboy out
You
there
know
on
what this
Tyreek
is?
Hill or something.
This is someone that saw the alert yesterday that said the Miami Dolphins expect Tua to play again in 2024. And they're like, I want Tyreek!
Oh, yeah, you can have them, bro.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It is sad when you think about it because Tyreek Hill went like fourth on average in redraft leagues.
Oh,
And,
yeah. Easy.
I mean, he had like 3 good weeks, and then it's not his fault. Like his guy's not there. But yeah, I'd take CeeDee Lamb with terrible Dak.
I mean, so I'm going to correct you there because I looked at this earlier. Tyreek had 1 good week.
Just the one.
Week 1, and then hasn't had a good one since.
Yeah. 12 points this past week. That's about it.
That's his second best game so far. That's rough. One good game exploded, and then just done.
The only thing I can imagine is this guy thinks Tua's going to come back and Hill's going to go crazy. But
yeah, you're selling high on Debo there.
Lamb Cooper is much safer.
Yep. Brian,
you call the league office and you submit that trade stat.
I do want to, since he brought up Amari Cooper in that trade, I kind of want to go around and see what everyone thinks about that. And I will go first just because I have Amari Cooper in a league, and I am ecstatic to see him quit going to waste. Because also the freaking value, Amari Cooper was going pretty late in drafts. I can't remember exactly where I got him. I'll look it up really quick. But, I mean, that's a heck of a value pick. I just got the Bills number 1 for a pretty decent price. Oh, yeah, I got him at 503 in a redraft where he had 2 keepers. So technically that's the 703 that I got him at. That's a heck of a deal for the Bills' number 1 wide receiver now. And I think he's going to go in there. I mean, other than like Coleman, there's no real competition for targets. I mean, Kincaid kind of.
He's not throwing to Kincaid.
Khalil Shakir's not healthy. Yeah, Cooper went 6'6" in ours. And man, what
a steal! Yeah, what a steal!
Look, I saw a thing today that said that like he had been graded the worst receiver in the NFL over the start of the season, but he's playing with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like he didn't want to be there. So I've got to imagine this is a huge uptick in his production, and that maybe some steadiness in that Josh Allen, like great week, bad week, great week, bad week.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this.
I'm pretty pumped about it. I've taken Amari Cooper in leagues year after year. I've got him in like 2 dynasty leagues. He's just I've always enjoyed him, but like especially we've got like a 10+ year league we all play in. And I've just been keeping track on. It's the first year my flex players have done anything, and they're players I wouldn't have expected to do it. I'm in flex. I've had for 4 weeks Alan Lazard and Amari Cooper, and man, I'm so excited. Which Cooper before this week, but now going forward, I'm like, woo,
exactly.
Well, obviously it's a boost to Cooper and Josh Allen to have a number 1, but I think the sleeper beneficiary of this is going to be David Njoku. Like, he's essentially going to be the top receiver. He was already done all right when he's healthy. And now I think he gets even more targets because who are they going to throw to? Jerry Jeudy, who Steve Smith says is tier 3, and Elijah Moore, who has never lived up even close to his potential. Like, if you're an Njoku owner, I think right now you're pretty excited too.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm holding out a small hope for Jeudy. I've got him in a league where he's just been sitting on my bench. We'll see.
I mean, there's potential there. I think there is some potential there for a little uptick, but I think instead of averaging, 4 to 5 points a game, he's going to be more around like 9 points a game.
Yeah, PPR purely. Like if you're in standard scoring, don't even roster PPR. Like you actually have a shot with him now.
He's going to have like 10 catches a game for 15 yards. So it's the
Deontay Johnson stats. Like, let's go.
Yeah. I do want to get over here really quick because Brian followed up here. Sorry, my English is not so the best. Hello, my question is now: should I take that trade now or next week?
Yes,
City have a bye week plus facing that guy. Yeah, agree. Everyone agrees. Take it right now. Do not let him change his mind. Don't let an injury happen. Nothing. Slam. Take it right now. Take the loss. It doesn't.
You might take a short-term L for a season-long W. Okay.
What's your worst-case scenario here that you don't get to start CD this week and you have Amari Cooper where he still gets around 7 or 8 points adjusting to an offense?
Yeah.
And then next week you start CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper when he's the guy. Like, exactly. I think you'd be crazy not to take that trade.
100% agree. All right, over on Instagram really quick, had a guy who was wondering, he traded away Bowers and got back Kincaid and Devonta Smith. Is that a good deal?
In a vacuum, yeah. Like, if your receivers are already in pretty good shape, though, like, there's no way I'd trade Bowers
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think like what we're missing is the goal of the trade. Like if he needed
Yep.
receiver help, sure, Devontae Smith's going to be good. But yeah, Brock Bowers is the number 2 tight end. We're in the second year in a row where the rookie tight end is trying to lead the position.
Okay, he said he kind of misspoke here. He says, "My bad. I traded Kincaid and Smith for Bowers."
Oh, let's go.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a deal.
I like
Especially
that.
now that
I like that
Devontae's
way
not
better.
there, like Bowers' value just goes up even more.
I mean, it's actually a pretty good trade on both sides. I mean, depending on how the other team was looking.
The other guy needed a receiver, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that trade. I think that's a pretty good balanced trade there. All right, coming back over here. Let's see. Andre said, just got a trade. I'm giving Mason and Wilson for CD. Do y'all think I get hit with a veto? I don't think that gets hit with a veto.
No, I don't think you get hit with a veto, but I do think it's a W for you. I think with Devontae going to the Jets, Garrett Wilson's 2 good games are now just outliers probably. Like it's going to be a problem. I'm good with it. I like CD in that trade.
And there's no guarantee Mason is the starting running back all season either. So, I mean, you've got last year's number 1 overall receiver. He's probably not going to end up that way this year, but he's still going to be better than Wilson or Mason.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And also, you shouldn't play in leagues with a veto anyways. That's silly.
Yeah, I hate the veto anyway. I don't mind people bitching and moaning on the message board about stuff and making you feel bad about the trade, but an actual veto is trash because people will veto stuff if it makes one team too strong and people don't want to compete against it. People will veto it even if it's a fine trade.
Yeah.
And everyone values players so differently anyway, and it's hard to measure that. So it's also subjective. So veto leagues suck. What I will say, does anyone else have an opinion on the trade itself before we go into a Garrett Wilson talk really quick?
Nope.
Okay, so Garrett Wilson, here was my thought on this. I'm a Garrett Wilson owner, and I'm actually not that worried. Call me crazy, but I'm not that worried. He was already not doing, I mean, I don't know. He's only had 1 game where he didn't reach double-digit fantasy points, so he's doing better than Tyreek Hill. That's for damn sure. I mean, he's the number 7 wide receiver in this league PPR. So in most leagues, he's a top 10 wide receiver. And so he might take a little bit of a ding. He'll definitely take a ding on volume. But we see a 2 really good wide receivers succeed on multiple teams. It can happen. And especially
this week with Lazard and Wilson both had a great week.
Yeah, it can happen. I think Lazard pretty much becomes irrelevant, not Garrett Wilson. I think Garrett Wilson now, because now you've got a wide receiver on the other side of the field. Garrett Wilson can't get shadowed by the best corner, right? If they play a game, like who are they going to cover? They can't cover them both with their best corner, right? So Garrett Wilson, he may get more quality over quantity at this point. I mean, we're all guessing, right? Yeah. But that's my guess. It doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, my worry when you talk about, Kyle said earlier in a vacuum, like Garrett Wilson's best 2 weeks, the reason he is a top 10 receiver was the last 2 weeks. Like before that, he was going to be like in the 20s or 30s maybe. Yeah. And so 2 amazing weeks, stellar weeks, and then they're bringing back Rodgers like all-time leading target guy.
But are they still in sync like that, right? Like they announced
the trade today, and Devontae was in the room with Rodgers on the McAfee show.
I saw that clip. That was so great. He just waves him over.
Dude, they're locked in.
What's that?
And just like that, his hamstring is not even bothering him. It's amazing how that works.
Dude, they're so in sync. He has Jets cleats.
Because like when they were in Green Bay, yeah, he was the number 1 target stuff. But Devontae also never had a Garrett Wilson playing with him.
Yes.
So it's like both of them could benefit greatly from this and put up
100% agree with that too, Kyle.
Ridiculous numbers.
Yep. Josh, you have any input, or are you just enjoying this conversation, man?
I'm enjoying it. My problem with having a strong opinion on a receiving core like that is that they're all good.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson's like 7th in the NFL. Alan Lazard's 11th. Devontae Adams was trash because he hasn't been playing, but we all know he's not a trash player. He's trash.
Right.
So, fantasy-wise, I think you got to wait 3 weeks to have an educated opinion to see who actually gets coverage. I think the reality now is I'd hate to play I wouldn't stream a defense playing against the Jets for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, so my question, Josh, let's say, if you're not a Garrett Wilson owner, are you buying him in a trade? And if you are a Garrett Wilson owner, are you trying to get rid of him in a trade?
I think you sell high personally, on the off chance that it's a split carry kind of deal. Because anyone right now that you go to try to trade for is going to want everything. He's top 10, whether he just got somebody new or not. He's still number 7, so his value is unquestionable in reality. I mean, just pure stats, you can go Garrett Wilson's worth it. But if you wait a week, those stats could drop. They could drop kind of a lot depending on if Devontae slots right into the offense and Garrett Wilson draws the coverage. I mean, you just don't know. I think if I have Garrett Wilson, I look to see if I can upgrade somewhere else. Maybe get 2 starters for him. Especially because the running back room is so wishy-washy for a lot of teams that took Garrett Wilson when they got him. So
I don't disagree with that valuation, but I can also see it on the other hand, where right now there's a lot of panic in Garrett Wilson owners, and you could get him at a discount, right? Everyone's saying the same thing, like, crap, there went his value, because that's all you see all over the place. Even we posted on our Instagram and stuff today. We posted a funny about it, a funny reel, and it's just like, all those Garrett Wilson owners just being super pissed now. And so you might be actually able to buy him at a discount, and that's kind of how it looks in this trade we were just talking about. Here, I mean, that's pretty good value. I don't know. I
don't think you get hit with a veto for that. It really depends, I guess, on the rest of the league. Like you said, I don't love vetoes in the first place. The only reason I've ever been a fan is when you have leagues of friends that will crash their team to let somebody else win.
Yeah.
Like collusion's real, but that's just a good commissioner can fix that. But it's a 50-50 shot either way. It really depends on if you can use and abuse someone in a trade like the other guy that's getting CD and Amari Cooper.
Yep, exactly.
I think more than trying to sell Garrett Wilson, though, I'd be trying to sell Breece Hall because they're never going to run the ball again.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of hyperbole, but also a little bit of truth.
Well, hey, look, here's the reality. I'd sell Breece Hall anyways. He hasn't been great. He's been good. He's number 6. But for where you took him, I think he's a little undervalued right now. And you add another good receiver, You're talking. You're muted, Kyle.
No, he's on Instagram.
No, I'm on Instagram. Sorry, I'm
smart.
Giving out my wisdom on other.
Sell both the Jets players together and go get it.
If I have Garrett Wilson, I'm probably just hoping it works out. If I don't have him, I would be interested in buying relatively low. But
that's
in any normal leagues, they're not going to, you're not going to get them for nothing. But I would give, a little bit less.
My problem right now is because a lot of people are going to be expecting that, Zach. So when I have him, I'm not selling him because now I'm selling him at a low price.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't go much lower. People are already like, well, there goes his value, right? Yeah. So if his value is already gone, the worst that can happen is he comes out and proves all the haters wrong. And he's like, look at me, I'm actually doing just as good or better. I'm thriving. And then his value goes back up. Right now, you're going to sell him at too big of a discount because too many people are panicked.
Yep.
I'm Mr. Meeseek. Look at me.
So the question I was answering over here is Gibbs or Dobbins? Feel like Monty is taking away from Gibbs, so kind of getting worried. My answer was I still want Gibbs because that offense overall is better. He's a better player. He doesn't have the injury history. They're going to be in scoring positions more. So a lot of reasons I'm taking Gibbs still.
Yeah,
check.
I'm 100% with Gibbs on that. So they've both had bye weeks. Gibbs shares the backfield, and he still has more points than J.K. Dobbins. Like, we're good.
Yeah,
you're good.
Good
You
call.
could play both of the guys. If you drafted both lines running backs, play both of them.
Yeah. Okay, another one. Assuming that Brian Robinson plays this week, are you playing him or Tyreek Hill?
It's
So
two
Tyreek
independent.
Hill is playing against Indianapolis. Brian Robinson will be playing against Carolina.
Those are great matchups. Yeah, great matchups. For me,
So yes and yes.
it's just the Tua thing, right? Like, and I haven't looked at it. Is Tua playing this week or not? Yeah. So like, I still edge on Brian Robinson, but Tua had 9 targets last week. Like he is heating up with the current quarterback situation as it is. But you probably still trust in that rookie-led Commanders offense. I think he's tiebreaker.
I agree. I think the safe bet is still Brian Robinson. I mean, the Panthers as a unit, trash. They're just.
Yeah.
And if they get some sort of a lead, then they're just running the ball. Running the ball.
They were so bad. Was it last week or the week before last that they like took Darnold out to put Bryce Young back in so that Darnold wouldn't get hurt? You're like, man, that's brutal.
Yeah, that was
Andy Dalton. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew who you meant, but I was like, I'll let him have it.
No, not me.
Come on, man.
My kids were abusing me earlier, so I'm just worn out. That's all that is.
That's pretty funny. Let's see. Not sure, Ronald. We all have cameras, but maybe
He means Josh. He clearly means Josh.
That's
It's the same as no camera. It's fine.
Derek says send Monty and Deontay for Pollard and Puka in PPR. There's his running backs and his wide receivers. What do you guys think? So he's sending Monty and Deontay for Pollard and Puka.
I gotta tell you, I think I'm staying put with this. I think I'm just as happy with Monty and Deontay as what you're hoping to get with Monte, as what you're hoping to get for Pollard and Puka. It's like we still understand about Puka that we have the greatest rookie season of all time, and then nothing. Like we still don't know.
We don't know.
And then Cup comes back and reclaims the crown.
Yeah, and Kyron's amazing.
We don't know when Puka's coming back.
Yeah, you're just kind of projecting. Pollard's been fine, not as good as Monty, but he's been fine. I think I'm sticking with the stay put. You're good with where you're at.
I agree.
Don't you? What happened here? Someone else traded in his league, and he wants to get in on the trades. Don't do it.
There you go. Well, I think he's panicking on Garrett Wilson there on his bet in his lineup there. But Monty, same thing as we were talking about Gibbs earlier. That offense is so good, and they're going to be in scoring positions. He's going to get goal line carries. Monty is so undervalued. Can I add a couple more so's in there? So undervalued.
Criminally undervalued.
I mean, it is so bad. Undervalued. Deontay is obviously the guy there now. He's finally got to step into that role. He's producing. Pollard's in one of the worst offenses in the league, and I'm not trusting that as Tajay continues to come back, eat into that a little bit more and more. Puka, we don't know when the hell he's coming back. Yeah, no, stay put with Monty and Deontay.
Yeah, look, he's trading the points-wise the better of the two line running backs. Like if you offered this just by points, you'd kind of think maybe Gibbs, right? Put Gibbs in and then ask for more from this guy because you're going to have Gibbs's name and you're still going to have a top 10 running back sitting there with Monty.
Yep.
Full Monty.
Full Monty.
Alrighty. Marlon wants to know, hey, should I trade? I'm going to guess that's Godwin. Not
Yeah.
Brian Thomas for Mike Evans, Reed, Addison.
Nah.
I wouldn't.
You talk about roster consolidation here. In most leagues, your roster's full. You're going to have to drop somebody just to do this trade.
Yep.
And Mike Evans is good. Baker's been good. Jaden Reed's struggling to be on the field injury-wise, but he's the number 6 receiver right now. But again, I think, man, you're so explosive with Godwin and Brian Thomas. Why are you – what don't you like about Goodwin that you want Mike Evans for?
Here's the thing. Godwin and Reed, very similar. Brian Thomas, Mike Evans, very similar. You're gaining Addison, but what does that give you? Besides, Like
Okay,
Zach said,
okay.
you drop somebody to add him, but does he really add value to your
Well,
roster?
let me
Brian
add a
Thomas
little
is
wrinkle.
100%
Let me add a wrinkle in
healthy
there.
right now, too.
What if this is a dynasty league?
Still,
Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas has been so good.
I don't do it in redraft. It's a hell no in dynasty.
Yeah, because look, Jaden's been really good. And Addison, we'll still see. When you talk about dynasty, like, dude, like with Jaden Reed, you're gonna have to wonder with the Green Bay offense, like at all times if they're healthy, who's gonna get the targets. Man, Brian Thomas has been electric.
And Addison's a career number 2 behind JJ.
Yeah.
Unless
He's not an alpha.
After his rookie contract, like he's just not that
Yep.
kind of receiver to ever be a
Agreed.
number 1 anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep, 100% agree. And I know Josh agrees with us because we're all just so smart. And he can't dare disagree with us.
I just keep looking at Josh's haircut, dude. He killed it, Josh.
I know he's looking slick.
Dude,
Josh is
Hey,
the eye
over today, boys.
That's the camera.
Josh
He
is
moved
just the eye candy. We're all here for our brains.
He moved. all of the sports stuff out of the frame so we can see his haircut.
Just
There you go, Josh. There you go.
There we go.
Oh,
no,
love.
I do agree with you guys though. I've got Addison personally, and I took him. I think I had him last year too, and he's just he's T. Higgins but worse. You want you want the best out of him, but he's behind a really good he's behind a really good receiver, and T. Higgins makes it work. Addison's struggling. And he's 22. He's got plenty of time to figure it out, and come injury season for Jefferson, like he will be the guy. But I definitely stick the other way.
There has to be an injury for him to be that relevant.
Right.
Yeah. In that trade, you're trading away the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football right now. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Yeah, no way. There's no reason to.
Stick to your guns.
Amber's in beast mode with her Scott Fish.
He's always
cheating.
good.
Albert in the house. What's up, Albert? Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Appreciate
Amber's
you dropping in.
Amber's in beast mode. I'm in least mode.
Yeah, you're in the very least.
Cowboy style.
You got Millie in the house.
What about Scott Fishbowl team, Zach? Don't be hurtful.
I'm sorry. Nah, don't put the Millie.
Don't be
stuff up.
rude.
Drop that Falcons garbage. It's not.
Nope. This is what you get for what you just said. This is your
I'll say
punishment.
it. You take it off.
Millie
Cowboys are
Mills.
good, man. They're such a great team.
Hey,
Jacksonville.
take it.
Patronize us. Don't.
They got the
I don't
thing
need your pity. I don't need your pity, Zach. All right.
Lamb is a good team, Zach.
Just because Spencer Rattler in his first ever play in the NFL looked better than Dak Prescott. I don't need your pity right now, Zach.
And he was throwing the Bub Means,
Hey,
not CeeDee Lamb.
I'm about to start dropping some F-bombs. Let's move on.
When we played the Saints, Kamara ran through us like people run through those paper banners at high school games. Like,
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right,
That
let's
was really honestly for the Cowboys. I feel horrible because that was the beginning of the end for this. Like they were looking like giant beaters the week prior, and then the Saints rolled into town and just erased it.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'll allow that one. I'll allow
That's
the
our bad.
giant beaters one, but yeah, dude, like y'all push the snowball off the cliff, and it just has been rolling ever since.
All right, let's get back over here and quit making me sad. All right, so I was trying to get Gibbs in my league. The owner asked for Najee, Mooney, and Dowdle, so I sent it. Now he's hesitant. I already have Henry and Kamara at running back. Was I giving up too much?
Dude, I would do that so damn fast.
Yes.
Oh my God,
You're
do
in
it.
your league with Henry.
Yeah, I bet
Kamara,
the dude's
and Gibbs.
hesitant. He's terrified to give you that power. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm on
He
the
knows
other
you're
guy's
gonna-
side, like just for pure competitiveness. He can't make this trade with you. Okay. And the same thing we talked about, roster consolidation. That guy's trying to figure out who else on his garbage roster to drop to get these garbage players. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat if I'm you. Hopefully he comes around on it.
Yeah,
Man, I would
Millie
throw
Mills,
some-
big shout out for being on the stream asking a question. I hope the guy offering the trade is on here too. He needs some help.
Well, man, I would throw something else on there. Given too much, I would throw something else on there if I had to.
I would too. Like, it's a smart sell high on Najee. We already know I'm not a
Yep.
Najee guy.
And Mooney.
He just had
And
the
Mooney.
best game he's gonna have all season. Like, sell that, get Gibbs. Like you say, add something else if you got it.
Yeah.
Great trade.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Noah, what's up, man? Got a question. JD5 and Lamar. Should I trade Lamar for Drake London 1-for-1? No.
Dude,
No.
Lamar's awesome this year.
Yeah, not for Drake London. I
No,
mean,
you should trade one of them because you don't need them both. Upgrade somewhere, but
Yeah.
the 1-for-1 for London ain't it.
London ain't it, man.
Mm-mm.
Go get
Lamar's
you
the number
Godwin.
one player in fantasy football right
Go
now.
go get
That's-
trade Jaden Daniel for Chris Godwin or something. Like,
I was gonna say,
Well,
as
hey, look.
bad as QBs have been this year, like you can get a lot for one of these.
Dude,
guys.
go get
Either
the
one.
world with one of those quarterbacks. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Aim,
Yeah.
Also,
aim higher.
depending on the size of your league and whether or not it's super flex, like there's nothing wrong with holding good quarterbacks hostage.
If it was super flex,
Oh,
definitely.
he already has Godwin. So he's weak at wide receiver. He has Puka, Godwin, Olave, McConkey. Yeah, Olave
weak.
sucks. So
You're weak.
I
I
should-
mean, Puka's not going to be back this
he's
week.
picked-
London's
Because-
not better than any of them, though. To me, like,
Olave doesn't know what his name is. Relax. You know, he's fine. No, dude, no. So Drake London 1-for-1 isn't like the difference maker on this wide receiver core. Like, go get more.
yeah.
If you're trading the number one quarterback, you better get the number one receiver.
The number 1 or the number 3, and they
Right.
both have rushing upside.
go take Jaden and Puka and go get like Justin Jefferson or AJ Brown or Jamar Chase or something. Just go get it.
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, it sucks if you can't play two quarterbacks. I get your dilemma, but no, Drake London's not. You're getting fleeced.
Yeah, I don't want that if I'm you. All right, let's see. 12-man, half PPR. Need a decent running back, 2-3. Wanted to trade wide receivers when I have Lamb, Debo, Devonta Smith. Damn. Nice wide receivers. Okay, so well, this is hard. Don't have any options. It's hard, man. What are the options on a wide receiver needy team? That's who you're going to have to go to. But Lord knows you're deep at them.
Yeah.
Which one of those wide receivers are you trying to trade first? How do you rank those wide receivers? Obviously, Lamb number 1.
Dell and Debo were the two I'd try
Yeah.
to move. Try to
Yeah,
hang
I
out.
was gonna say I think right now Dell's a sell high because Nico Collins on IR, so Dell's got what 4 more weeks of being the number one guy, and then Nico Collins is right back at it. So
Yep.
I think Dell's a sell high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. If you're going to trade, and like you said, this is a great wide receiver room. You might just sweat it out on that. But if you're going to trade one of those guys. Do not trade Brian Thomas Jr. Do not trade CD. Don't like that. You're good on those guys.
And I'm with you. Dell, I think, is my guy there. He's the 1B probably, even behind Diggs, but he's gonna get his numbers now. But then once Nico's back, he's kind of falling back to the number 3.
And he's so little, there will always be injury concerns with Tank Dell. 5'10", 165. Like, you're always going to wonder if he's going to take a hit and be out.
That is so small.
Who were the running backs he had again on the bench? You said Moss and who?
Madison.
And Madison.
Yeah, he needs help. Yeah.
I mean, hell.
Like Debo has a really big name. Dell's coming off a really big week. Take one of them and put it with either one of those guys, and hopefully the team with a Brian Robinson or a Monty has a need for a receiver.
I was going to say, do you take
something like that?
Do you take one or both and try to get one of the Lions running backs? You're going to try and they're sharing a backfield.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
Yep. And Moss, I don't feel good about Moss moving forward.
Mm.
Moss is losing his job pretty soon.
Yeah, no doubt. Chase Brown's look good.
Man.
As good as that backfield can look right now.
Yeah.
100%.
It's so funny when we go through these trades. I'm sitting here thinking about who in my own league I would prey on with some of these trades.
Oh, I know,
Like,
dude.
you always, part of picking your trade isn't necessarily finding the right person on the right team. It's finding the right team owner to go and pitch this to. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're pitching, like you're selling.
Yep.
Love that.
Let's see. Just got offered Neighbors and Pollard for either Brees or Kyron.
Yeah, Sim Brees. Oh my God.
I'd take that. Yeah. And obviously, I'm biased as a Giants fan, but you could just.
Is it obvious, Josh?
It is obvious. All right, do you want me to stand up and throw? I'll put the camera on my tattoo, man. But look, as long as he doesn't continue to get concussion on the sheer amount of targets, Neighbors is a he's a great ad in a PPR
PPR
league. Get
monster,
him.
dude.
Pollard's fine. And Brees and Kyron, I'm waiting for Kyron to get hurt.
Dude, wasn't
Yeah.
Neighbors like wide receiver 1 before he got hurt?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
And
he was.
Brees sucks this year. He's had a couple of. I'm good. Kyron, I would not trade. He's been unstoppable. But if you could trade Brees for Neighbors and Pollard, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and my game plan there is to trade Brees, keep Neighbors, and take Pollard and flip Pollard for probably another running back. You're trying to sell high on Pollard right now too.
Yeah.
So
Sell Pollard for Monty. Go get Monty.
No chance. Find a Titans
We're all
fan.
in
similar
on
to Neighbors.
Monty.
Look, some of these
yeah,
trade offers
dude.
that are getting sent out, someone out there might be making a deal like that. All right.
You might have to put something with him, but it's worth it. Like,
Yep. All right, here we go. Dominic needs to know: drop Keon Coleman, Spears, or Jennings for either Tracy or Demario Douglas. Jawan Jennings
yeah, Jennings is gone.
Out.
Gone.
for Tracy.
Tracy first, Douglas second,
Yep. That's how I see that.
or just drop Jennings just because. Either way.
If you're talking, Zach, you're on mute. If you had something clever to say,
I was
then.
chewing. Sorry. I was saying, what a great
Yeah.
last name, Dominic. My lord. Getting on here with Hammerquist. Relax.
I'm
It's our
laughing.
show.
We scroll down these comments a little bit. Millie Mills is throwing some shade at your Saints flag back
No,
there.
I saw that.
Yeah, he
Horrible.
doesn't.
It's okay. Like,
He's gonna have to super chat to get that on screen. Jorge, 2 and 4, 6 and 0 in the other two. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't have a single. Maybe I have one league where someone's undefeated. I don't know that any other of my leagues has an undefeated team yet.
it's
So that's pretty
so
impressive.
chaotic of a year.
It's
I don't know how
crazy.
you could be.
It's been wild.
It's nuts. My only guess is the only way you could be undefeated at this point is to have the most hodgepodge, crappy roster, not a single superstar on there to let you down. Your quarterback is Sam Darnold, so you've been consistent, and that's about the only way I could see this actually coming together for this. So it's just been that kind of year there. Jorge, I know that's not how it's going. I'm just joking.
The only way they're 6-0, is if they picked Baker to be quarterback 1, Kamara to be running back 1.
I was saying that I was literally looking at Baker. I'm like, I could just imagine redraft leagues. You're getting Baker like round 9 or 10,
Later.
and he's just killing it.
He was undrafted in so many leagues.
Dude, right now he's still only 84% rostered on Sleeper.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Listening to another show, big show out there. I'm sure lots of you heard. They were calling him Laser Mayfield. It's awesome.
Jeez, oh, kid, I'm loving that.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I saw it coming. I took Baker at 503 in my Scott Fishbowl. I took him at the 503 because he finished as the number 10 quarterback last year. And so it's like, why am I not going to take a top 10? And then he's crushing it this year. So
round 5 is actually later than I would imagine. Scott Fishbowl's super flex, isn't it?
Yeah, but he went in round 11 in the other draft. It was going in the same building as us. Yeah. So
in a super flex league, that's crazy.
That's the league Tyler's in. They took him around 11.
Yep.
Tyler sucks too.
11.
So I just thought that was funny. I ended up taking Kyler at 203, and I took Baker at 503, and Baker's crushing it for me. So
Everybody
but
I drafted.
Josh has the same
That includes Tua.
as I
I
do.
did draft Tua.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Unlike Mike says a few weeks ago, I asked you guys' opinion on my team. That was 1 and 3, and you guys respectfully rated it 4 out of 10.
Let's hear it.
I'm back. I like it. 10-man league now, 3 and 3, making a comeback. Baker, Mike. Oh, there's Baker. See, Laser Mayfield.
Laser.
Higgins is back, so that's helping you. Bijan's finally performing.
Finally had a good week.
Ingram's finally back, and Amari Cooper's about to boost you.
This is a strong team, man.
I like this. I like this as of today.
Yeah, today, like it's so, dude. Your 4 of 10 is like an 8 of 10, like with one good week in a football and a trade, like total flip of the roster.
Now, I am going to judge you that this is obviously a Yahoo league because you've listed your freaking wide receivers for your running backs, and I'm judging you for that. Just saying.
That's true.
So
Yahoo sucks, man.
100% judging you for that.
yeah.
It's gross.
All right. So unlike Mike, you stepped it up, and I'm impressed, and congratulations on that. You're back in the playoff hunt, and I like it.
But I still give your choice of platforms a 4 out of 10.
Very
3
true.
out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's taken.
What platform? What popularly used platform is worse than Yahoo? None of them.
NFL.
NFL's horrible.
NFL.
It's worse. I promise
Really,
you.
really
At
bad.
least the NFL rankings make more sense, right? Like Yahoo makes their rankings up.
Is that the platform though? Like,
No, I'm not talking about rank. I'm talking about actually changing lineups and drafting and all that.
That's
trading.
I'm just now realizing that NFL has their own fantasy football platform.
And it's the worst one.
I started playing.
Thanks for
in a
joining
world-
us, Josh. It's been a good time. All right, so sorry to bring you.
Now me and Zach can do the twinning peace signs.
Yes, good victory. All right, Josh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I started playing in a world where it was just ESPN and Yahoo, and I struggle to even compare them then.
Well,
ESPN
Josh,
better
you're
than
not going to believe this, but there's one now called Sleeper.
So
And
good.
dude,
Is that right?
it
Is that
does a
right?
lot of stuff. It's really nice. A lot of people are playing on it. Check that one out too. It's really
I
nice.
think that's where all 9 of my leagues are in.
I cannot imagine playing on a different platform.
It's Sleeper is just crushing it. I don't know.
I still have 2 on ESPN that I cannot get moved over.
ESPN's fine. We migrated our 10-year league from ESPN to Sleeper, but it's just because everything else we were doing was on Sleeper. ESPN's still fine.
I'm going to give ESPN one thing that they have right, and that's their fantasy cast.
Yeah.
Fantasy cast is fantastic, and there's nothing else out there that works like that. So Fantasy Pros has something they're trying, doesn't quite work. Sleeper, they're trying to get there, still doesn't quite work. So Fantasy Cast for me is pretty spectacular, and I enjoy it. So, all right, on to the next one here from Jorge. What moves do I make? Ones to get better players. That's the moves you make. Oh, first of all, do y'all hear that weird sound?
Mm-hmm.
What is that? I don't want to. It sounds like chattering teeth. You know that. Anyways,
I still hear it, Zach. Did you mute or something? Because it never stopped on my end.
It's not me this time.
It's Josh. It's Josh. It's definitely
Nothing
Josh.
in the background.
It's Josh's teeth. Okay.
All right, let's see. Let's get back to Jorge here. Sorry, Jorge. What moves do I make? He's got Hurts, Kamara, Mason, Irving, Bigsby, CMC. Missing CMC hurts, but at least you have Mason. Jameson Williams, Pittman, let down. Sutton, Addison. You got to upgrade your wide receivers, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm him, I dangle CMC on a long line and see what you reel in.
Yep. 100%.
Well, and sell high on Irving, sell high on Bigsby.
Yeah. You got some backups here that you got out of waivers like the last 2 weeks consecutively. So you're right. Yeah, like you're not – yeah, get rid of those guys. Trade them for somebody that should have more regularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would get rid of Pittman before
I like
back.
your QB, I like your tight end, and I like your RB1. Beyond that,
Pittman's got to be the only wide receiver to come into the game as the closest out I've ever seen, then catch a touchdown, and then after the game they're like, might still go on IR. I don't know yet.
For real. Haven't quite decided.
Dude, he's got a bipolar injury designation. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Man, it's wild. He's like Devontae Adams 2.0. All right.
Yeah, so we're saying our consensus was you trade the CMC, see what you can get with that, or you trade those waiver wire backs because that's what they are.
Find someone who believes in CMC, pair him up with Mason even, and just cash in.
Here's how you go. You go find the Rashad White owner or the Travis Etienne owner, and that's who you trade those guys to.
Yep. All right, guys. We have reached our hour, so we're going to do a quick power, 5 minutes, and just go through some of these and get as far as we can. Whew, y'all ready for this? All right. Hill, Cook, worth picking up. Kamara.
Is that English?
Are we assuming that
So
he's
is he saying
trading
Tyreek?
Tyreek and James Cook for Kamara?
I would.
I don't understand this question. I'm going to take up the whole 5 minutes trying to figure out what he's asking.
All right, let's go to the next one. Shakir for Madison. Drop Shakir for Madison.
I would now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's got a YouTube destination. Yeah.
As a fellow Cowboys fan, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you talk up Dak and see what the hell. If you can get his head out of his ass long enough to actually have a conversation with him, I would appreciate that.
Yep.
Long as he keeps throwing to Lamb.
Yep. Let's get those Lamb points. Just traded Tank Dell and Josh Jacobs for Justin Jefferson. Yeah, nice. Dude.
So, hold on. Fair for you or fair for the guy you traded?
Dude, you still have Walker, Hall, and
Jesus
Kyra.
Christ.
Fair. No. Do I like it? Yes.
Yeah, I think you traded who you had to get Justin Jeff. Dude, did you draft in a 6-man league?
Might have. That's wild. To have
so.
Jacobs, Walker, Hall, and Kyron.
He went to get.
Granted, I wish
Jacobs.
he would have traded away Hall instead of Josh Jacobs, but
Dude, to get Jacobs, Kyron, Jacobs, Kyron, Kenneth Walker, and Brees, you went 4 running backs consecutively. So you need help at receiver, but dude, you're fine.
He's got DJ Moore somehow still down there. Yeah, you're going to be fine. So you're going to be starting Walker, Hall, Kyron, DJ Moore, and Justin Jefferson. I'll take it.
Yeah, he went 0 wide receiver. That's funny.
That's crazy. I'm going to target Adams, Connor, or Lamb. Connor's guy wants Kamara, so I'm thinking Kamara, Sutton, Addison. What do you guys think?
I don't know about giving up Kamara. He's RB1.
Yeah.
Number 3 player in football right now.
Don't trade Kamara.
Even if you can get Lamb back in that deal.
Yes, even then.
Who does he play for again?
Do what?
The Trash Boys? Is that?
So, no, look, Kamara, and what you have with Kamara for at least the next 3-4 weeks, he's leading football already, and he gets to be the dump down guy for a rookie passer.
Yeah, just because the guy wants Kamara, trust me on this, Jorge. Everyone in your league wants Kamara.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean you have to trade him. I wouldn't.
CD's intriguing. Like, I would have opened the trade offer. But
I mean, that guy really wants him, right? Because it's hard to trade away.
It's a serious offer. Yeah.
It is a serious offer. So, but I'm still not doing it. Let's see. The crazy part about that trade earlier is that I played Gibbs owner this week. Just be on the demon time in my league.
Take these grandmas in my league. Dude, Millie Mills is a hater. Falcons fan. Typical Falcons fan.
Millie Mills is a stud, man.
Yeah, he's cool.
Oh, she got Baker 6.4, so she is loving that too.
Amber likes the laser Mayfield.
Sports Spotlight. Would you trade away Pittman for Harrison? PPR.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
We got Bing King in the house. What's up?
What up?
We got someone dropping in over here from Twitch. What do y'all think about trading Josh Allen and Alexander Madison for David Montgomery?
Who's your other quarterback?
Yeah, you better have another good quarterback in there.
It's tough to trade Josh Allen. I mean, he's not number 1 this year yet, but
Amari Cooper's going to help.
This dude's sitting on like Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield or Jaden Daniels. That's why he's even considering this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here's my thing about.
He says he has Burrow, Purdy,
you're good.
Anthony Richardson, and Allen. So
Go for it.
I don't know if it's a super flex why you have so many quarterbacks, but yeah, in that case, I would do it for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said he's hoarding them.
Yeah, exactly.
He took them for trade bait specifically, and now it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what he's doing. 12 people league, bro. I got lucky. Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Wow. Love it. Yep. Nice. I've held on Keon Coleman hoping for something. Is he 100% drop now? No.
I don't think so.
No. He's not a
I don't think so. I think it's better. So he struggled as a rookie against these number 1s. Now he's going to get 2s. Let's see what it looks like.
This helps him, I think.
Shakir's the drop, not Coleman.
Yeah.
Correct. Would you guys stack the Rams or Vikings this week in DFS? 10K field size, 250 entry. Would I stack them? Who are the Vikings even playing? I mean, Vikings have looked great on defense.
Let's see.
They played Detroit, though. Detroit's looked pretty good on offense.
Weak passing defense, though. Weak passing defense.
Yeah.
Is Cooper back? Is Cooper cut back?
Would I stack the Rams or the Vikings?
I think I'm going with Vikings.
We don't know
Yeah.
if Cooper Kupp is back yet.
Yeah.
I think you're going Vikings there.
Because is Hawkinson back? Like, I just think the Vikings have more going for him right now.
I think you're going Vikings there.
He practiced today, or he practiced Monday. Hawkinson did. Go Vikings.
I'm going Vikes. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. And I got Baker Mayfield as well. Drop Jared Goff second week for Mayfield.
Let's go, dude.
That's fantastic. Andre says 12-team half PPR 2 flex. Looking at that. Which moves should I do? Let's see. I would sell high on Caleb.
Yeah, I would shake up your running backs.
I like Stevenson.
Your receivers are great.
Caleb Williams just is like on a heater all of a sudden.
And
I don't think he can sustain though.
Your tight ends are great too. Like you can use Kraft because you have Bowers. You know, looking at your receivers, you can definitely Higgins has that name power still, and Judy just became the number one. There's some usability there. Stevenson, Bucky, and then Anthony Richardson. I'm trying to sell any of those guys I can to improve.
Dude, Caleb is on a heater against Carolina and Jacksonville. Congratulations.
Let's go.
So I'm selling Caleb right now.
Yeah, especially
and AR-15 sucks, or AR-5 sucks. So
right. Yeah.
AR-15.
Yeah, you may not be able to even sell Anthony Richardson at this point.
America.
Fuck yeah. All right, here we go. In a super flex league, trade away Mahomes and D. Slayton for MGH and Brain Robinson.
That's awesome.
Lamar, Stafford, Tua, Mahomes, and May. Is that a fair trade?
You're good. Look, I said this on my show. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football. Patrick Mahomes is a mid-streaming option quarterback in fantasy.
Yeah.
You're good. You're totally fine.
Which sucks because I just traded for Mahomes in 2 of my dynasties this offseason thinking, oh, Mahomes to the moon, all these weapons. He even before they got hurt, he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, he's just fine. Like, yeah, I did a whole bit about trading
Tom
Mahomes.
Brady 2.0.
Yeah, I use the name value, right? Like, go trade Mahomes and get like 6 guys because they're going to be like, I'm getting Patrick Mahomes, and he's just not that good for fantasy.
Yep. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's go. I've been trying to trade one of these guys. Which one are you dropping? Lamb, Debo, Kupp, Mooney, Tank Dell, and Juju. It's Juju. It's the easiest out of all those.
You dropped Juju. I mean, you should have dropped him weeks ago.
Yeah. All right. Debo and Dell for Mixon. Leave me with Lamb, Devonta, BTG. Seems like a lot, but you can kind of afford
I'm okay with it.
I think I'm okay with it too.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
It's so hard to get good running backs.
Here's Cam the Ham. What do you think? Let's see. Mixon, London, Andrews. I mean,
Diggs.
I kind of like this team quite a bit.
Again, I would look to sell CMC. Someone out there is going to pay you a fortune for him and he hadn't played.
Yeah. I like the depth. I think CMC's
sell CMC. Try to improve maybe a little bit
on London.
Yeah,
improve on London.
You know.
Well, you're about to slot. You know, he's about to slot Devontae Adams back in as a flex or starter. But you've got he's got 3 of those like super sell high candidates, like Bucky, Mooney, and Tolbert.
Yeah,
those are your guys. You know, like go try and trade those guys. Maybe use CMC to like big name splash it and go get somebody who helps.
Yep. All right, 2 last ones here from Marlon, and then we got to cut out of here. Would you guys do Brian Thomas and Chase Brown for McLaurin?
Nope.
No. Nope. Or Brian Thomas and Chase Brown for Michael Harrison. Marvin Harrison.
You're good. Keep Brian Thomas and Chase Brown.
I was going to say, Brian Thomas is crushing it. So
he's also
like you'd have to be pretty desperate for a receiver to trade those 2.
I'm looking. I was just reading that comment, and I'm looking at his numbers, and I don't know what that dude's talking about.
Juju?
Yeah.
I mean, he is.
He had 1 target week 1.
Well, because he's now the number 1 with Rice being out. He's now like the number 1 wide receiver on that team. So he's had one big game. I understand that. But when you compare him to the rest of the players that you just named, Juju is the only option to drop there. If you have to drop one of those players, Juju is the weakest one of all of them.
Well, and don't drop him, right? Like, hey, let's use what you got. Trade him.
Well, but he said he's been trying to trade. He can't carry. He's kind of, if he has to drop one here. I'm just saying, you put us in a tight situation. We had to make a decision.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I'm trading him. There's a reason they don't want him.
Yeah. So, all right. We got to get off here, but I do have to shout out really quick AJ for jumping in here at the end and screw the text. So anyways, that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. Really quick, if we didn't get to your question tonight, so sorry. It was a busy night, but great thing is you can head over to Fantasy Sports Advice Network and you can sign up, join our social media network. We're on there all the time, answering questions, hanging out, talking ball. It's social media network, 100% dedicated to fantasy sports. So you can hop over there and hang out with us. We're going to wrap it up there, and then we'll show you a little ad to tell you a little bit more about that so you can learn. Josh, Zach, thanks so much, guys, for joining us tonight. It was a blast. Kyle, as always.
The twins.
And we will see everybody next week. Deuces.
Luck this week.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com.